Good morning, my name's Trudy. I've owned a 2023 Tab 320S for about 6 months. And recently a dear friend of mine asked me to take a video of it and explain my new venture to learn how to boondock. So I'm now currently boondocking in Wisconsin on a farmer's field. This is my tow vehicle, which is a 2019 VW Atlas S. And this is a very basic intro. I have 2 solar panels. This is a 200 watt Vitoman portable solar panel, and then built in on the roof, as you know, with the Tab 320s, is a 190 watt solar panel. This is underpowered, however, and I hope to, within the next 6 months, add an additional solar panel on the back roof. These covers that you're looking at, I made just prior to leaving from Florida on my road trip to Wisconsin. This one I call an eyebrow. It's only 3 feet wide, and I couldn't find any patterns for it or any clues about how to make it online, even after searching a bit. So I just went for it, and there is going to need to be a little bit of altering to make it look a little more structured as it rests on the what I call the window side of my Tab. And I made one for the door side, which is a little wider. I want to say it's 4.5 feet wide. And these 2 awnings make a huge difference in keeping it cool and being able to leave the windows open and see out without having a giant amount of sun intrusion. So I'm going to walk around to the back. I did bring my mountain bike with me, and I built a cover for it. It's hiding underneath this cover, and it traveled this way all the way from Florida to Wisconsin. I'll take that out soon and start using it. I only got here 4 days ago. I should show you 2 other covers before we go in. A lot of people, to expand upon that central diamondback container, will purchase 2 additional ones made out of the diamondback material for each side of that central container, but I didn't want to add any more weight to my tongue, and I didn't want the expense. So I went into my little shop with my commercial sewing machine and a lot of leftover Sunbrella material and made this container, which holds my 30 amp power cord, my water hose, my padlocks, and the things that you associate with hookups when you're camping. And then this one, hiding underneath it, hides a generator that I recently purchased called a WEN 360, spelled W-E-N, and it's 3,600 watts. Actually, it's a WEN 3600. I said that wrong. This is my attempt at practicing and learning how to boondock. I have no hookups here whatsoever, and so I rely on solar power for the sun, and if I run into rainy days, I may have to occasionally fire up the generator to top off my batteries. So far I haven't had to do that. And I do bring in water with a 4-gallon water container. Whenever I happen to travel out, I take that with me and bring water in. So now we're entering the inside of my Tab, where I've been living for about a week now. This is what it looks like after I've gotten up and gotten ready for the day and created some kind of order inside. I'm always wishing it could be a little less cluttered, but this is pretty much the best of what I can do each day. That little corner in the back becomes kind of a storage area because these Tab 320s have so many good features, but one of them isn't ample storage. So my car becomes a closet, and that little corner becomes a storage for essentials. And also up here is a little bit more storage for paper goods, and another little cubby here. I'm going to back up. Oh, this is my prayer that I read before going out for the day. I wonder if I should read that to you quickly so you can get a feel for the flavor of my life. This prayer says, I have risen this morning by thy grace, O my God, and left my home trusting wholly in thee and committing myself to thy care. Send down then upon me out of the heaven of thy mercy a blessing from thy side, and enable me to return home in safety, even as thou didst enable me to set out under thy protection, with my thoughts fixed steadfastly upon thee. There is none other God but thee, the one, the incomparable, the all-knowing, the all-wise. And that is a prayer by Baha'u'llah, the manifestation of God for the Baha'i faith. Okay, now backing up to look at the entrance to the door. This is pretty sweet because when you want to leave the door open, you can, and you can open and shut this sliding mesh screen. I think that's a great feature. This is the kitchenette, which has a small fridge, a 2-burner propane stove, a little 1-basin sink, and a tiny bit of storage underneath. Now I'm going to show you the bathroom, which is also amazing in a 15-foot camper. Whoops, almost dropped you on your head there. To have a bathroom that has a toilet, which has a 5-gallon cassette container for the black water, has a little sink, and it's a wet bath. So the faucet in that little sink, you pull out, hook it up onto that fastener on the wall, and then you can take a shower inside this room. Of course, after emptying a few things out. But I have done it several times, and it works. Right now, I will tell you that for efficiency of water, because you do run out of water in your 19-gallon freshwater tank pretty quickly if you're not careful, I've gotten in the habit of going to Anytime Fitness every other day and maybe working out a little bit, but for sure taking a quick shower. And that way I save having to refill my freshwater tank as often. That's the interior of my Tab 320S. It's years 2023. And this is the view looking out in the beautiful, lush Wisconsin farmlands and experiencing the lovely low 70 degrees weather and low humidity after having coming from mid 90s and high humidity in Florida. This is a breath of fresh air that I'd so desperately wanted. Florida has gotten very hard to be there during the summers that last so long and are so hot now. I've done it for 36 years and I was ready to escape. And so I did, and I am loving this so far. I'll try to make another video in the near future to explain more of the details of what I've learned so far about boondocking, which is dry camping with no hookups, because this is a whole new skill set that I'm working on developing. Thank you for listening, and I'm signing off. God bless, be safe, and stay well. Trudy.